One of these three men has a record never before duplicated in the boxing profession. What is your name, please?
My name is Lamar Clark.
What is your name, please?
My name is Lamar Clark.
What is your name, please?
My name is Lamar Clark.
Two of these people are imposters. Only one is the real Lamar Clark, and is the only one sworn to tell the truth. Now, here is our host, Bud Collier.
Thank you very much, and welcome once again to Tell the Truth. What is your name, please?
My name is Polly Bergen.
My name is Jackie Cooper.
My name is Kitty Carlisle.
And my name is Hy Gardner.
Now, these three gentlemen all claim to be Lamar Clark, as you heard. Only one, of course, is the real Lamar Clark. The other two merely have assumed his identity, and they are the ones who do not have to stick to the truth. Panel, if you will, please follow along with your copies of this affidavit as I read it. I, Lamar Clark, work on a mink ranch. When not involved with the care and feeding of mink, I am a professional boxer. I have won all of my 27 professional fights, 26 by knockout and 1 by decision. I recently received nationwide attention because I won 3 different fights in the same ring in one night. I knocked out each of my opponents. Signed, Lamar Clark. All right, panel, these three gentlemen you heard them say all claim to be Lamar Clark, professional boxer and mink raiser. Only the real Lamar Clark, however, must answer your questions truthfully. You will each question as you all ordinarily do until you hear this signal, and at the end of the questioning period, you'll be asked to cast your vote for the one who, in your opinion, is the real Lamar Clark. And we'll begin tonight with Polly Bergen. Polly?
Thank you, Bud. Number one, it says here that you care for mink, and who doesn't? Could you tell me, what do you feed mink?
Mink are fed a mixture of bran, horse meat, and fish.
I see. Number two, how large is a full-grown mink?
Oh, about 18 inches. And weighs from 3 to 8 pounds. That's a big one, 8 pounds.
Number three, starting off with 2 minks, how long would it take to raise a full-length mink coat?
Well, it takes 7 months to raise a mink,
It takes 7 months to do what?
for a mink to be ready to be pelted.
Uh-huh.
So I'm not very good at mathematics. I don't know.
And number one, what, do they dye minks to get all those fabulous colors, or are they born that way?
Well, they're born that way. They mixed breed them. They have
You mean they mix a black and a white to get a gray? And that's
No, they don't.
That's a different animal.
Jackie Cooper.
That's the way they do with paint.
Number one, you're a boxer, and you raise mink. That's very funny. I once knew a fellow named Mink, and he was a boxer. What weight gloves are now used in pro boxing?
Well, 8s and 6s.
Number three, I understand minks are very mean animals. Is that true?
Yes, it is.
Uh-huh. They sound more dangerous than some of your opponents in boxing. Number two, how many decisions did you win?
1 decision.
1 decision.
Kitty?
Number one, most fighters have names like Killer, Tiger, Hurricane. What do they call you?
Just Lamar Clark. I don't have any nicknames.
Not very scary, are you?
No.
Number two, we didn't clear that point up of Polly's about mutations with mink. What would you cross to get a white mink?
Well, I think I would cross a sapphire with a black.
A sapphire with a black.
And then pray for a cold winter.
How much does a white mink cost, number three?
I'd say anywhere. You mean the pelt or
The pelt.
Anywhere from $5,000.
One white pelt?
Depends on where you're shopping, girl.
Holy
Hi, Gardner, please.
Number 3, in what state is it legal to take on 3 different fighters the same night?
What state?
Mm-hmm.
Ohio.
Ohio.
Yes.
Number 1, who did you fight in one night, 3 at a time? The Ritz brothers or something? I mean, this is unusual that they run out of fighters.
No, they had opponent, a scheduled opponent, and then I knocked him out, and then the other guy's opponent didn't show up, so I fought him and knocked him out. And then that guy's opponent showed up, so I took him on.
Number 1, who is...
I'm sorry, but it's time to vote, panel. And a good time to stop on that note. Without consultation, would you please mark your ballots and select number 1, number 2, or number 3. Remember, the team of challengers will get $250 for every incorrect vote. Okay, panel, have you all voted and marked your ballots? All right, Polly, for whom did you vote?
Well, I'm positive it's number 1, but I voted for number 2 because number 1 looks the least like a prize fighter, so I figured that he is. And number 2 looks the most like one, so he probably isn't, but I voted for him. No, really, because you always do that. You always sneak around.
I always do. No one can do this the way you do, believe me. Jackie, what about your vote?
Is it my turn now?
Yes, it's yours now.
Well, I voted for number 2, too, because number 3's got the most expensive pelts I ever heard of.
Yeah.
And number 1 doesn't look like a boxer, not with 27 bouts. He hasn't even raised the meat around his eyes yet. So, and number 2 certainly knows his minks anyway. So that's why I voted for number 2.
Okay, Kitty, what about your selection?
Well, I voted for number 1. They always look, Polly and High always look for cauliflower ears, and I couldn't find any cauliflower. You got one? Oh, number 2? Well, I voted for number 1.
Gardner, your vote, please.
I voted for number 1 also. Number 3 was wheezing like a boxer up front, but the number 1 has a cut over the right eye, and also he's been sitting here and yawning all night, and I do the same thing when I price minks.
All right, there you have it.
They all have
Our
cuts
vote
over
for the
their
reason
eyes.
we voted the way we did, and if you're voting along at home and playing the game with us, as we hope you are, let's see how right or wrong you and we are as we discover which one of these gentlemen is the real professional boxer and the mink raiser. So will the real Lamar Clark please stand up?
Oh,
Well, it divided up quite easily there. Thank you, sir. Number 1, number 2, rather. Would you tell us who you really are and what you do with your cauliflower ear?
I'm Chuck Schultz, and I'm a professional model.
And number
Does he
3...
model minks?
Beg pardon?
Does he model minks?
No, only cauliflower ear. Number 3, what about you, sir?
My name is Coy Gobble, and I'm a student at Columbia, and I was football captain last year.
Well, we're feeling mighty happy to have had you gentlemen with us. Hope you had as much fun as we did. Checking on the score, we find that there were 2 incorrect votes at $250 each for a total of $500 from Marlboro. On your way out, gentlemen, you'll find one of these nice holiday cartons of Marlboros waiting for each of you. Good night, sirs. Thank you very much, and good luck.
What is your name, please?
My name is Beverly Anderson.
What is your name, please?
My name is Beverly Anderson.
What is your name, please?
My name is Beverly Anderson.
All right, panel, will you follow along with this next affidavit? I, Beverly Anderson, have appeared on this program before. I appeared as one of the 2 imposters in the same costume I am wearing now. Although I was not the real person, Miss Bergen, Mr. Cooper, who was on that night, Miss Carlyle, and Mr. Gardner all voted for me. Signed, Beverly Anderson. Now, as I'm sure you've gathered, panel, your problem is to find out which one of these 3 young ladies is the real Beverly Anderson who appeared on this program before dressed exactly as she is now, and she got all 4 of your votes. Okay, let's start this cross-examination with Kitty Carlisle.
Number 1, what's your name?
Beverly Anderson.
And what were you supposed to be when you were here before?
Well, I portrayed Mrs. Mortimer.
And what's your maiden name?
Jean Simon.
So what's your real name?
Beverly Anderson.
Number 2, can you get out of that straitjacket all by yourself?
I haven't tried. I don't think so.
Number 3, when you were on before, did you wear your hair like that?
When I was on before, I wore my hair this way, yes.
Exactly the same?
Well, I didn't have the hat on.
Highgard.
Number 1, when you were on before, did you wear the bridal outfit?
Yes, I did, Hi.
And do you recall how at the finish we picked the winner? Do you recall how that was done?
You mean why? Did you repeat
No, how
that?
was it done? You didn't mention that you were the bride. How was it announced that you were the actual bride?
Well, the husband came over to the actual bride.
Uh-huh. Number 2, I'm sorry. Number 2, when you were on last time, were you working at a nightclub doing the act, the escape act?
No, I wasn't. I was supposed to be. But I wasn't.
Polly?
Number 3, what were you on as an imposter for?
How was that again?
How do you ask it?
What were you
That's what I want to know. That's why I want to know if you wore her hair the same way.
What,
Yes.
before, when I was on the show,
Yes.
what was I being an imposter?
Yes.
Before, I was posing as Mary Hume, and she organized Tiger Hunt.
Oh, I see. Number 2, now, when you were on the show before, you lied. Isn't that the truth?
Yes, I lied.
Now, you're telling the truth, though, when you said you were lying on the other show.
Oh, boy.
You know, I don't believe her at all.
Jackie Cooper, please.
Hey, number 3 with the tiger hunt.
Yes,
Miss Anderson, Beverly Anderson.
yes, that's
So,
my name.
yeah, I remember that. They're called, I called them Shikzars, but they were, what were they? Shikars.
That's right, you learned.
That
Yes.
was, that's right.
That's right.
That's right.
You're
And
supposed to ask her. Don't tell her you.
were you, oh, yeah. What month were you on?
What month was I on? The last time I was on, it was in September.
Do you know the exact date?
The exact date?
Wish there were time to find out, but it's time to vote right now. So, on consultation, would you please mark your ballots, panel? And, as usual, select number 1, or number 2, or number 3. Everybody marked? Holly? Have you marked? All set?
Yes.
Everybody? Okay. For whom did you vote, Polly?
Well, I voted for number 2 because I don't remember number 1 at all. And number 3, I think I voted for somebody else instead of her. No, when she was on before, if she was, because I don't think she was.
Oh, I thought you meant on another show.
No. I think it's number 2, though.
Okay. Jackie, what about your vote?
I voted for number 3
Oh, Don.
because I think I remember that. I think I also called them Chickers, too. Number 3, I'm quite sure.
All right, Kitty?
I voted for number 1. I may be taken in by the bridal gown, but I don't remember number 2 and number 3.
But you do remember number 1.
Maybe I only remember the dress.
Hi, Gardner, your selection.
Well, I voted for number 1 because she did explain the payoff on the original appearance of the 3 brides. And secondly, remember, Bud, there's an old joke that I never forget a face, but in your case, I'll make an exception. Well, maybe I made the exception.
All right, there you have it on this round now. And we'll see whether we're right, whether we're wrong, as will you, as we discover right now which one of these 3 charming young ladies really appeared on our program before. So will the real Beverly Anderson please stand up.
Number 3. No.
I'm sorry she can't applaud you, too, but at the moment she's a little tied up.
Somebody help her.
Number one, would you tell us who you really are and what you do, please?
Yes, I'm Mrs. Richard E. Otto, and I've never been on this program before, but both my father and my younger sister have.
And number three, what about you?
I'm sorry.
You're
I've
frightened
almost
by a
forgot.
tiger. It's all right.
No, my name is Marion Godwin, and I'm an ex-school teacher from Georgia.
All right, incidentally, Beverly Anderson, when she was last on our show, was a dancer. I don't know if you remember that. But right now she's doing very well as a theatrical agent with the Dale Garrick Agency here in New York.
From a school teacher to an agent.
No, from a dancer to an agent.
She's
She's still hunting tigers. It's all right. Checking up here on a listing, we find that Polly was the only one right that time, which means there were 3 incorrect votes.
Oh, we'll never live it down.
$250 each for a total of $750 from Marlboro. Ladies, thank you very much. I expect you've already got it spent. On your way out, stop and pick up a carton of Marlboros for each of you. Good night and good luck.
Thank you.
Challenges.
What is your name, please?
My name is Erna Phillips.
What is your name, please?
My name is Erna Phillips.
What is your name, please?
My name is Erna Phillips.
Panel, will you follow along with this affidavit, please? I, Erna Phillips, am a writer for radio and television. Currently, I am writing As the World Turns, which appears 5 times a week on CBS television. Most of my writing, however, has been for radio. To date, I have written more than 25,000 radio scripts. I created and wrote The Guiding Light, Road of Life, Road to Happiness, Today's Children, The Woman in White, and other well-known radio programs. I am credited with being the inventor of the daytime radio serial, more commonly known as the soap opera. Signed, Erna Phillips. Incidentally, each one of our challenges tonight will receive one of our Tell the Truth games. If you'd like to play to Tell the Truth at home, I'm sure you can pick up one of these games at your local toy department stores, and I know you'll enjoy them. All right, these 3 ladies all claim to be Erna Phillips, inventor of the soap opera. Let us begin this questioning with Hi Gardner. Hi?
Number 2, what did a fellow named Jesse Crawford have to do with soap operas?
He was one of the first organists on soap operas.
Number 3, do the names Mike Foster and Dinty Doyle mean anything to you?
No.
Do they mean anything to you, number 2?
No.
Number 1, do they mean anything to you? Next button?
Not a thing.
Number 1, what was known in the early radio days as the Blue Network?
That was ABC.
Number 2, what was the Red Network?
That was also ABC.
Number 3, what was the Green Network?
I don't know.
Number 3,
Polly?
Number 2, is Martha Fosbury really going to marry Dr. John?
Nothing to do with writing that story.
I beg your
It
pardon?
had nothing to do with writing that story.
Oh, number 3, do you know?
No, I don't.
Number 1?
I didn't write that.
Number 3, there's a very famous girl, a very famous serial about a girl from a little mining town in the West who is married to a rich and handsome lord. What's the name of that series?
Our Gal Sunday.
Number 2, let's see, why are they called soap operas?
Because the soap firms were the first ones to endorse this type of advertising.
Well, isn't it difficult if they're
Jackie?
sponsored by cigarettes?
You just blew my whole first question.
What did I do?
Why are they called soap operas?
I'm sorry.
Why, also, another thing, why are they all so sad? Oh, they're so sad.
Well, they're depicting a way of life. Not everybody has great happiness.
Number 3. Was Bud Collyer ever in any one of your radio scripts?
Yes, I believe he was.
Which one was it, Bud?
Shall I tell him? The Guiding Light.
The Guiding Light. Oh, I thought maybe you were an imposter and weren't going to tell us the truth either. Number 1. That was my other question. Oh, number 1. Is the Guiding Light also on television now?
Yes, it is.
Number...
Kitty?
Number 1, how did you happen to invent this form of entertainment?
Well, it was really from my family that I depicted.
All of these stories came from your family?
No, Painted Dreams was my first serial, and that depicted my family.
Number 2, do you belong to the Authors League of America?
No, I don't.
Do you, number 3?
No, I don't.
Number 1, no, I won't ask that question. That's the last time I'm ever going to ask who's the president of the Authors League of America. Number 1, how many hours a day do you work?
Her husband is the president of the Authors League of America.
Plug.
Well, how many hours a day do you work?
Oh, I should say about 4.
Number 2, what does 15 Vanderbilt Avenue mean to you?
That is the TV station for Columbia.
Number 3, are you married?
No, I'm not.
Are you number 1?
No, I'm not.
Are you number 2?
No, I'm not.
And so we say goodbye. And we stop right now for a little voting. Without consulting each other, as usual, please mark your ballots, voting for number 1, number 2, or number 3. Okay? You're staring at me. Why? Okay. Polly, for whom did you vote?
Well, this is really sort of a hunch. I'm voting for number 3. She did know Argyle Sunday, even though she didn't write that serial. I've seen many of these series, and they're very well written. But she has sort of a sweet and sentimental face, and I think you have to have a lot of sentiment to write these things.
Yes, you do. Jackie, what about your vote?
Well, I think number 1 is very sweet and sentimental.
She is.
And she cuts her hair like a writer. Like most of the writers I know. The female writers, that is. I voted for number 1.
Okay, Kitty?
I voted for number 3 because I think number 1 is wearing a wedding ring. I don't think number 3 is, and I didn't think it was number 2.
And how about your selection, Hi?
Well, I like the answers of number 3 for the same reasons Jackie was talking about. I was going to vote for number 1 out of sentimental reasons. We both have the same barber, I think.
All right, now we'll find out whether we've been going down the right path or the wrong one, and whether the guiding light has really led us to the right to happiness, as we discover which one of these 3 charming ladies is the real inventor of the soap opera. So will the real Erna Phillips please stand up?
Oh.
Thank you very much, Erna. Number 1, would you tell us who you really are and what barber you what you do?
My name is Isabel Goodwin. I'm Director of Children's Activities at Ben Tobin's Hollywood Beach Hotel and Golf Club in Hollywood, Florida.
Number 2, would you tell us about yourself?
I am Bernice Christie, and I'm a fashion sales promotion consultant here in New York.
Thank you. Well, let's see now. That was just only 1 incorrect vote. Erna, I guess they've all followed your soap operas and know what a good writer you are, as do I.
Thank you very much.
However, that means it's only $250 from Marlboro. However, with Christmas season coming along, I expect you can make good use of it. On your way out, will you pick up a carton of Marlboros for each of you? Good night. It was a great pleasure having you with us, and good luck. I meant to ask you at the top of the show, how many times have you been with us?
Oh, it must be a dozen times, Bud. At least a dozen. I've enjoyed every one of them. I hope there'll be at least a dozen more.
Well, I'll give you a good start of 2 more anyway. You're going to be with us for the next 2 weeks.
Oh, wonderful.
And that covers the period of time that you are going to be rehearsing and starring in the Hasty Heart on the CBS show this month.
With Don Murray and Barbara Bel Geddes and a lot of very good actors.
Pretty
Thank you.
excited about that, aren't you?
Very.
Good script?
Yes, they're a beautiful show.
We'll be watching and checking with you each week from now
Thank
on.
you.
I guess that's it, panel. Vital statistics are over for the week, and so good night.
Good night, Bud.
Good night.
This is Bud Collier saying good night from Marlboro and reminding all of you to tell the truth. Good night, everybody.
To Tell the Truth is the Mark Goodson, Bill Codman production in association with the CBS Television Network. Wedding Gown by Benson Young Incorporated. Organ music provided by Paul Taubman. Miss Bergen's Gown by Wilma.